Uganda, Sumatra, Mr. Bean. Welcome, welcome, Soul Swallowed. This is Crunchy again. This is a follow-up to my initial guide I made pretty much yesterday. Just how I play as Necromancer, how to play Necromancer, how I play as Necromancer. As I'm prestige to it, I'm learning the character. I've seen many more experienced people play as him. I'm learning it myself. So again, grain of salt. And if you play this character differently and are seeing success, by all means, please share. Share information with your survivor or demon. The best thing in the world. Oh, hello, Two Shot. The best thing in the world is open communication. The community's pretty tight, but from what I've seen of it, they're mostly pretty fantastic people. So the more we're in the loop, the better we can do. So the first video was more to give a very basic explanation of how I'm playing demon, how I play necro. And this is going to be the meat and potatoes, going a bit heavier into it. There are a few ways you can build this guy up, and my way is pretty particular. I'm going to say it, I don't like using his elites very much, his elites have very good abilities, and this is with Prestige 2 in mind, so I'll say where the other 3 points could go, but it's going to go very briefly over the abilities. Now, this is a guide that's 2 years into the game, so I'm going to not insult your intelligence. You know what more damage does. You know what Scalephobia is. If you don't, you need to look at the character sheet. We're just going to go straight into it. I don't like possessing elites a whole lot. However, they are huge components towards book. You want to have that balance bar maxed. You want to have that health maxed. Same with basics. Basics and elites do a lot for this. And frontal revenue, I like to raise that just once so I can get to Portal Authority Elite. You want to be placing down a lot of units. You're relying heavily. For me, I use Scalephobia. I want to have lots of skeletons everywhere. I want to keep fear up. And I also want to have more units in general, so Portal Authority is pretty big. If I get my next prestige up, I'll probably put it into Portal Authority Elite 3. One into boss, do not put more into one into boss. Even if you plan on building completely around boss, I don't recommend doing so. The reason I don't recommend doing so is that boss is going to die so quick with the meta as it is that even at 4, you're going to be knocked out almost instantly. You use boss when it's maxed unless it's a very specific circumstance. Moving forward, health raiser basics, max. Dash, just 1 to keep moving forward because you want bone rage. I don't actually know how accurate the 10% is, but it feels like it's working, so that's enough for the point. And even if it does nothing, I don't care, because irreparable damage is such a great benefit. Being able to hit a support and then use that opportunity when you have the Army of Darkness around you, just going ham. And again, not being able to heal for just a few seconds on anything has won me entire games so many times I can't even begin to describe it. Scary Demonic Dash, pretty good. Of course, that's also leaking into getting the maxed out Portal Authority basics. I prioritize the basics over the elites if you have to pick one or the other. Some people love playing with the elites. I think Necro basics are freaking sweet. Health Raiser Boss, set that to max because Boss is really great on book and point. And he's just a fun guy. Healthy Bones. Does it matter a whole lot? 250 health? I mean, it could be the difference of an extra bullet. I say it's worth it, and you gotta get it anyways because you want those Gates of Hell for basic pretty good. I've never bothered with the Gates of Hail on boss. Hail on boss, I reckon. So, Crew 3 and Elites, Warcry. Warcry is my favorite ability. If you saw my footage earlier, you know that I use this ability more than I should. I like seeing the spear go up and the thump. It just makes the dopamine receptors fire off, so I do it. Test of Time. See, this is optional. A lot of people are kind of like, if you're not able to break through them in the time that the objective already gives you, you're not going to hurt them in general. You're not wrong, but for 1 point, that extra 5% of time, it is useful. And it's extra time to flip a car if you have a team that's just bringing 4 cars against you and you want to flip them out before you're kicked out of there. That 5% of time, I think there are worse ways to spend those points. Come back stronger. The resurrection ability's good, but I could hypothetically see a build built around resurrection, but that's not how I roll. Flute Force, extra range, very, very good. You want your flute to get all the love. Now, extra large Trident Smash. Most people I know have this and Seismic Smash maxed out. And I'm considering adding to it, even though I don't use the elites a whole lot, because area of effect big damage like this is really, 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 really good. And yeah, I've already gone over the Health Racer, all those good things. You could put more into Trident Missile, potentially, maybe pull something if you wanted to get rid of Test of Time, focus more onto your elites damages. This is not super elite-centric. I could easily see people leaning more into the elites, so that's fully up to how you want to play it. No judgment there. And yeah, like I said, not much in Resurrection. And as for Infernal Energy, since you already got such a low amount, I'm just relying on Demonic Dashes for the most part and playing Pac-Man. Now, Heavy Damage Elite. This is for sure, when I get more Prestige, going to be going up to 3. This should be max, no doubt about it. Heavy Damage Basic, naturally. Heavy Damage Boss, I also would like to raise this. But this is how the current situation currently stands at a Prestige 2. Likely going to be raising these damages up, maybe take a point off of Test of Time in the future to balance them out. Is this the perfect build? Absolutely not. Is there a perfect build? Absolutely not. If you're just getting into Necro and you're experimenting, look at this, consider it, look online at other guides, consider it, find out how you like to play them and work from there, and you may have a good time. Necro is very fun to mess with, and the cool thing about him is he's pretty versatile, as I was saying in the first video. You can go Fear, his basics are great, his elites are great, boss is, better than most. He's a fun playstyle, so get experimental. Now, I'm going to see if I can get into a game.